Hello, dear. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Good.
What's your name? Vivian, nice to meet you. You look like you're not ready to be awake.
Um,
How are you? I can't even tell. I can't tell.
it was my work, Christmas work.
Party. Oh, gotcha. And if you're leaving at this time, it sounds like it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a really good night.
Nice. So, if you would like to recline your chair and like check out for I don't know how long this might ride, feel free to do so. Oh, I'll turn those lights off here. I kind of had them on so you can find your way here. Oh, by the way, I do an unusual thing in my Uber where I have a live stream going on, so don't share anything that's like too personal. You're off camera though, so no
Okay.
worries that way.
That's cool. I've never been on with
The live streams? It's I've never heard of it either. And I mean I already create videos, but I thought this would be a really neat way of sharing like in the moment with my buyers. You know. And I never know who I'm watching for. I'll take your cue for when Aaron's on his way.
Oh no, it's just me.
Oh, it's just you?
Yeah, I just used his account.
Oh, you're ready to go then?
Yeah.
I thought we were waiting for Aaron.
Oh,
I'm
no.
so sorry. I'm just sitting here still. Anyway, I'm waiting for Aaron. Yeah, oftentimes I don't know who I'm watching for, and so, yeah, anyone who's approaching it might be them, maybe not them. Yeah, it's an unusual event that would be really neat to share with my online community because I get an amazing opportunity with people in general, and so good quality connection seems to be in short supply nowadays. And
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, that's my way of just saying, how can I share a little bit of goodness? Look at the horror frost here. Isn't this amazing with the lighting?
No, it's like a winter wonderland.
And I love how these guys are featuring it with the lights facing up. That is gorgeous. Oh man. So one of the things I indulge in life, Vivian, is in yawns. I love yawns, and I rate my yawns out of 10. Anything below a 5 for me was like one that shouldn't have existed. But that sounded like a good, healthy yawn there.
I yawn.
Often.
I yawn like a champ.
Oh, nice. And it sounds like you enjoy it as well. I feel like it's a way of giving my lungs a good stretch, you know, like,
Yeah.
there it is.
I often yawn like while I'm in the middle of a workout.
Oh.
It just kind of happens because then like my lungs just want to like fully expand.
Yeah. I often have to give a postscript on my yawn saying, it's not you. I'm not bored of your company. I'm just enjoying myself. So just indulge me or something like that, right?
My lungs just want to express themselves.
Love it. Love it.
Also sneezing.
Ooh, you enjoy sneezing?
I do.
See, I don't, and I'll tell you why I don't, is because it's so unpredictable. Is it going to be a little polite sneeze, or is it going to be like the huge kind that makes a ruckus? Are you able to control your sneezes, or why do you like your sneezes?
I've kind of just embraced it. Like I was born in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And it's very humid over there. It's like rainy all the time.
Yeah.
So I never had sinus issues. Like
Yeah.
when I moved to Alberta,
Yeah.
it's like dry sinus all the time.
Yeah.
So now I sneeze like 1 million times a day.
Okay.
And I just kind of like, I don't know, I got to a point where I'm like, I'm just gonna choose to enjoy it. Oh, excuse me. And I remember there was one time I was like sick and I had that tickle in
Yeah.
your nose
Yeah.
when a sneeze wants to happen.
Yes.
And I stuck a Q-tip up there.
Okay.
And there's like a button
Oh.
like at the top of your
That triggers.
the bridge of your nose.
Yeah.
It's like a soft spot. And
Okay.
I was poking it with this Q-tip.
Yeah.
And I kept sneezing and I
Yeah.
was like, I just wanted to see like how many times and I wanted to sneeze. And I had to stop at like 40 times.
Wow.
Like it just would have kept going forever. And
Wow.
I was like, this looks like amazing.
And you were just tickled by this new discovery.
Yeah. I was like, how much can I sneeze?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Encourage you to try it.
So anything up my nose is really uncomfortable. So remember when in COVID they would do the nose thing where they stuck something way up there? Thing? Okay, so that was uncomfortable. I only had that once, I guess, just once, and I was like, that looks just uncomfortable for sure. But I remember when I was young though, and in my class at school, I mean, I was already like just trying to contain my sneezes. But some women, some girls in my class, they'd have this really petite and so cute little, kind of thing. And I'm like, how do you get away with that when mine's like waking up the class next through or whatever, It's just like, oh, I wish I'd had that. All right, so give me, I guess I already know your sequence. Between yawning, sneezing, and hiccups. If you had to choose one for life that you don't want to have, which of those three would it be? You give up sneezing, even though you enjoy them.
Yeah.
Does that mean you don't mind hiccups?
I get hiccups constantly.
Oh, you do?
Since I was in about ninth grade.
Yeah.
I get like one hiccup every hour or so.
Wow.
And it's just been like that forever.
So it's just part of the landscape now.
I'll just be like sitting there and all of a sudden just like,
Yeah.
one hiccup and then it'll go away.
And that's
for an
it.
hour.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's become like a part of my life now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, my hiccups they're the most annoying sensation,
Yeah.
but they've become like this funny thing where the people around me will giggle when I hiccup, and it's like this kind of funny moment with us, so it's kind of like, I probably wouldn't do
So it's not subtle.
that. No. It's like a frog getting killed. Like very loud. People are like, what the fuck? And I have to explain to them like what's going on. After they know that factoid about
Yeah,
me, they
yeah.
notice it
Yeah.
every time it happens, and they just laugh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's kind of cute.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little moment of connection.
That's like a conversation piece.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
And do you can you? It doesn't come on cue. It just comes involuntarily.
Yeah.
But does it come at the same sort of moment every hour, or just it could be?
It just comes randomly. I find it gets worse if I'm like really concentrating on something, or I'm feeling like anxious.
Yeah.
Or I'm in under pressure, like I'm
Yeah.
trying really hard to
Yeah.
do something
Sure.
that's difficult.
Yeah.
Then it's like they just get worse.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know if it's like a neurodivergent anxiety thing or
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
It's definitely strange.
No worry.
And it's like, it was contagious because I remember
Really?
my high school friend,
Yeah.
best friend,
Yeah.
we're still good friends to
Yeah,
this
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Her older sister had
Yeah.
like really crazy hiccups,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden my friend started hiccuping like regularly,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't stop.
Okay.
And then I started doing it, so it just kind of like, I don't know what happened there. It just kind of entered my life all of a sudden.
See, I've heard of yawns being sort of that level of
Contagious.
transferable, yeah, but not hiccups. But that's intriguing.
Yeah, I went to the doctor once because I was like, am I
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
Is this
yeah.
like, is my diaphragm like separating from
Whoa.
the abdominal wall or
Yeah,
something?
yeah,
And he
yeah,
was like, I think you're fine. There's no physiological issues
Effects,
here.
yeah.
It's just a weird thing you do. And I was like, okay,
Okay,
Can't
intriguing.
prescribe anything. He's like,
Yeah.
no.
That's funny.
It's weird. How long have you been working?
I started about 5 years ago
Oh,
when I moved back here. Yeah, but then I took 3 years off in the midst of the pandemic, and I'm just coming back to it again, like a month ago now, maybe. Yeah.
You
But
seem like you enjoy it.
I mean, aside from the people, I love it.
Aside from
Just
the
kidding,
people.
just kidding. No, it's because of the people. No, this is a fantastic job if you enjoy people and if you enjoy driving.
Yeah.
And I'm often clearing the shelf of Walmart of patience, so I'm fairly well equipped for no road rage and stuff, so on. Yeah. But that's because I don't leave any patience for anyone else.
Yeah, you seem very chill.
Oh, thank you. I'm often intrigued about how we can learn, like how we can pick up cues from another person and saying, oh, here's a little bit of what makes you you, just based on observation, right? So so like when someone gives me feedback, like you just did, I'm like, oh, I guess I dropped enough hints along the way. And I don't disagree, so that's why I'm like acknowledging it. Like, you know when you get compliments sometimes, and you're like, that's nice, but I don't see it, you know? And so
Yeah.
you want to just get a bit more information, like saying, tell me more.
Yeah.
But then there's other times where you're like, yeah, that's on point, and I hear that. So,
No, you seem like a very, like, I don't know, just like a happy spirit person, which is nice. It's really
thank you. I feel seen.
Yeah, I didn't realize I liked people. I have a lot of like trauma in my past.
Okay.
Just like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't need to get into. But
Yeah.
I kind of was very distant from people for a long time.
Okay.
And then after COVID,
Yeah.
I was fucking dirt poor. I
Yeah.
had nothing. Like
Yeah.
I had lost my job at the
Yeah.
beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
And was living off serve, and it paid like half my bills, and I was just like in debt, and it was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need a job now.
Yeah.
And I ended up, from that day,
Mm-hmm.
like I went on Indeed and I booked a recruiting call with one of the mines up north.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the interview the next day. And then like 5 days later, I was at the mine for my first set. And now I work like, I drive a haul truck in the oil sands.
Yeah.
And that job is the weirdest experience I've ever done.
How
Like,
so?
you're living in a camp in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
in a mine,
Yeah.
50% of your life
Yeah.
with your coworkers,
Yeah.
and you have this like large crew of coworkers that are
Yeah.
all different personalities and all different walks of life.
Yeah.
And I remember being up there and being like, I don't know if I can handle this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get people.
Yeah.
I don't like people.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, I've been there 2.5 years now, and I'm just like, it made me realize how much I love people. You know, like how much I enjoy really digging deep and like understanding other people and
Sure.
just feeling that camaraderie.
Mm.
It's like I feel less like a lone unit in this big empty world anymore. It's like I work in this big crew of
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and we all love each other, and we all look out for each other.
Yeah.
Even if you kind of hate each other, you
Yeah.
still look out for each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's all about safety up there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like you lose focus for a second, and someone could die.
Right.
You're driving trucks that are 30 feet tall,
Yeah.
30 feet wide,
Yeah.
and it's like if I forget where I'm going,
Yeah.
or I just like miss something,
Yeah.
I can crush someone to death like,
Right.
instantly.
Yeah.
So there's this very intense kind of
Awareness.
we all have to keep each other safe.
Sure.
Kind
Sure.
of vibe up there.
Mm.
And it's a very interesting, very weird job.
Mm.
It's definitely like a lot different than anything I've done before. But
I never would have guessed any of this about you.
really?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, it sounds like the arc you've come through in your experience has been quite steep. From like this one zone pre-pandemic, through the pandemic, going through some other stuff, and then coming out on this side and saying, huh, I'm in a far different place than I was,
Oh yeah.
than you would have even guessed you would be, right?
Life is a fucking weird journey, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Speed and red
It's
light
like a
camera
psychedelic
300
experience.
If you can be aware of that element, yes, absolutely.
It's like you just kind of are in it,
Yeah,
and you just gotta deal with whatever is going on.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it doesn't help to
Yeah.
try and fight it.
agreed.
Like if you fight it, the
Yeah.
worse it gets, the more
Yeah.
painful it gets,
Yeah.
the more you feel like you're being twisted inside
Sure.
out nowhere.
Sure.
But as soon as you just surrender
Yeah.
to the journey,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, everything's fine. It's gonna be okay. And you can
Mm.
just kind of roll with it. And
I'm really curious, like where you're at right now in this current season. What would the you right now say to the you once upon a time who was really trying to figure out where up was from down pre-pandemic? Like based on your insight, yeah.
I feel like that version of me would have been like my teenage self.
Yeah.
I was very going through a rough time
Yeah.
as a teenager.
Yeah.
I would just probably tell her, like, seek connection instead of isolating herself.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at the point where she didn't want to be alive anymore. Back then, I was like 1 second from like suicidal for like 5 years when I was a teen, and I was just like, but I wouldn't tell anyone because the most mortifying, the only worst thing than being where I was at was like other people knowing that that's where I was at. So I just kind of like completely like put a wall up and was just like, no one can know. So I just suffered alone for like 5 years, and I would just tell her like, reach out to someone. Like, people want to help you. Like, you're so loved. And people want what's best for you. And if you say, I need help with this, I don't know what to do. Like, someone will get you in touch with a professional who can help, with medication that can help.
Sure.
You know, even just like feeling that love from other people. And that would have saved me a lot of trauma.
Believe you.
If I just did that, you know. I feel like that's kind of the key. I think that's at the core of what
you needed.
all humans want. It's just
I think so too. I hear you.
And that love. Like, that is the baseline of humanity.
I agree.
Just let a lot of like other garbage kind of clutter the picture. But at the end of the day, we all want joy. We all want play. We want love. We want warmth. We want community.
Agree.
It's just kind of, that's it.
I agree.
And if we could just stop, pull our heads out of our asses, maybe we can get it together.
I can totally relate in the sense, once upon a time, I just hoped no one would ever find out about my past, but I also felt I was in this zone where no one could ever relate to my messy, my screwed up. And that was a point, I think for decades actually, my closest friend was shame, you know, which drove me to isolation and saying, hope no one ever, but again, when I discovered that I wasn't in isolation, wrestling with and having the challenges that I was having, like there's others as well in this community that could also be helpful, that was a game changer, honestly. And probably one of the biggest things that I've learned along the way is how to not let my past define my sense of worth. Even now, like, as I do amazing in life and I have accomplishments for sure, I never let those accomplishments or like the praise and adoration of others ever come close to my assessment of my worth, for example, right? But no, I totally resonate with what you're sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
This is like my favorite thing ever. I love
What's that?
when I meet a new person and it's just like, okay, let's talk about all the nitty gritty of life. I
Yeah.
hate small talk. Like, tell me what your deepest, darkest trauma is.
I don't do small talk, I guess. And so I'm often aware that not everyone is wired for it, or even prepared for it. So even my approach in wanting to connect is nuanced in a way where, you know, there's your light engagement at the outset, but in my economy, I guess I have a gift for being able to say, all right, can we move on to the next? It's almost like, I would say, by the way, this is one of my favorite views of the city up here. This top one. I pity this homeowner on the corner though. I mean, like, I often want to come to his door and knock and say, are you okay? Like, do you have food in your fridge? Just kidding. Such a monstrous lavishness here. It's amazing.
It really
right?
is.
I know.
I do not belong in this neighborhood.
No.
I'm gonna tell, like, I
Yes.
do not have money. But this neighborhood is like all the rich people.
Yeah.
And there's so many fucking Karens around.
Oh, is that
use
so?
dirty looks.
Oh my goodness.
And they all live in these big houses, and like my house is big too, but it's very dated and old inside. And I'm paying pre-COVID rent price on it.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like holding on for dear life.
Amazing.
If I leave this house, a one-bedroom apartment will cost more.
Oh my goodness.
But like, I feel weird being in this neighborhood. I'm like, I'm just a blue-collar bitch. I don't belong here.
Can I give you a different perspective?
Sure.
These individuals who are probably looking at you as if it's so spread.
Yes.
Okay. And my perspective would be these Karens or whoever that you're feeling all those stories from, they're kind of stuck in their own context where they may be playing. I think you have more insight.
I think so.
And so, yeah, take up your space on purpose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I definitely just like to walk around in like my weird pajama shorts and like
Amazing.
bother them, and they're
Yep.
just like, they look at me like, you don't belong here, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
bitch, I know.
good.
Well, thank you so much.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah,
man.
it was such a nice time meeting you.
I hope I see you again along the way. I'm not too far in the neighborhood too, so
Okay, cool.
I'll watch for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a good night,
You
girl.
too. Please drive safe.
I will. Good to check, yeah. Good to check. Okay. Bye, darling. Aw. And that was our dear rider, Vivian. She's a sweetie, isn't she? Yeah. Sweet soul. Sweet soul. Hello, friends. I see you all coming on the live stream here. I've got about 10 minutes before my next pickup. I'm just on my way there now. So, I don't think. Let's see here. Let me read some of the comments. Good morning, you beautiful. Hi. Hello, Darren. Good talk, bro. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate you. Good to have good people. I agree. I'm not on a date, Nate. I drive an Uber, and I usually don't interact with you guys while I have riders in my car because that's my business, and I want to make sure that I'm giving them all my focus. But I invite you guys to be a part of it by way of a fly in the wall. I try to keep track of the comments so that if there's things that you guys have to contribute in the conversation, I try to loop those in as well. You remember? Nope, I'm not. Yeah. I think I've caught up with all y'all. So friends, if you want to come back on the live stream again, I'll be back on in about 10 minutes with another ride, and that one's probably about another 20 minutes or so. So I'd be happy to have you join again. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. I will see you hopefully in a few moments. Bye.